Dear student, class 9 English version. Today I will discuss chapter 11, the national resource and the economic system. Rest of the lecture here. The characteristics of the capitalistic economic system: ownership of components of production. The components, such as we already know, what are the components of production: land, labor, capital, and organization are under the individual ownership in the capitalistic economic system. It means that the individual activities, the ownership of land with the help of his assets or income, he can employ the labors and can form the capital. Actually, he or she has more freedom to set up factory, recruit labor, and can form the capital. The individual can consume and transfer freely his own asset. In this case, the individual himself takes all the decision. Freedom to take initiatives: the individual alone or collectively can take any initiative for producing goods or service in the capitalistic economic system and can make necessary investment. In this case, there is no restriction. In this case, almost all economic function can run in personal initiative. The capitalist economy is called many times as free market economy. This line is very important for your MCQ. In this economic system, production, distribution, consumption of goods is operated on the basis of demand and supply. The main characteristics of capitalistic system are the independence to take decision by the individual in case of private ownership and production and consumption of asset. It can be said there is no interference of government in this case. The free competition: any individual can take initiatives to produce any goods or service. So there are many producers for same goods, and competition, free competition continue among them. The price of goods is determined through the competition between the producer or seller and the buyer, and as a result, buyer can choose their own desire, which type or how many types of or how much price he will give. um, so it has opportunity to choose their own choice on the behalf of buyer. Freedom of the consumer: which goods and how much amount will be consumed by the consumer is decided by himself, uh, but he is linking earning and market price of the commodity influence his decision. Earning the highest profit: the production process is conduct in capitalistic economic system for earning maximum profit. The producer invests more money for such goods that have the possibility of making more profit. Exploitation: um, freedom of the consumer: which goods and how much, earning the highest profit. Exploitation of labor: since it is the objective to earn maximum profit, the entrepreneur or capitalistic try to keep production expense of goods less and to get more prices. To keep production cost less, than less, the laborer are given less wage. But in this system, you see obstacle or limitation or exploitation of labor more than the just wage. This surplus wage is a accumulated to the capitalistic and the entrepreneurs as profit. In this way, inequality and disparity is created in the distribution of produced asset because the laborer did not get their right wage. The wage already the rest of the wage or rest of the wage or surplus wage get the got it entrepreneur or owner of factory. The laborer get maximum wages compared to dues, and capitalistic entrepreneurs earn more money than the dues since the number of capitalistic are less. Most of the part of the asset of the society is accumulated in the hand of a small group, and since the number of laborers are huge in number, a vast population of the society get small ownership of the total asset. So we will see the um, problem of distribution or not equal distribution. The characteristics of the socialistic economic system. Socialistic economic system. In the socialistic economic system, the ownership of the factory of production process and distribution of produced asset is different compared to capitalistic system. The main characteristics, note down this, the main characteristics of the socialist economic system are as below. Ownership of the factors of the production. All asset including factors of production is under the state ownership in the socialistic economic system. No private ownership is vested on the asset. Socialism is the economic organization of the society. The state integrates the four factors of the production through the organization and gives guidance to the production activity and conducts according to an overall central planning. Actually, in this system, we see the central planning of the government. He or she, the government actually handle all the production system. The aim of the socialistic economic system is that the member of the society will have maximum welfare for this planet economic activity. The government instruction in economic activities, the producer have freedom to produce any goods in capitalistic economic system. As a result, open competition is created in the production of the goods. Moreover, the individual has no restriction on the purchase and consumption of any goods. So the price is fixed in the market through competition between the buyer and seller. But the government takes basic decision in producing goods and imparting service to the citizen in a socialistic system. Here is a compare between capitalistic and socialistic system. Actually, private owner or entrepreneur uh, mm, has no restriction in the capitalistic system, and the competition price is fixed in the market through the competition between buyers and sellers. And other side, in the socialistic system, in this system, which good would be produced, in what amount and when, and in what process the goods would be sold to whom are directed or decided by the government. All these decisions are part of the central planning. Lack of freedom of the consumer. There is no freedom in making decision regarding production by the producer in socialistic economic system. Similarly, the grow foods and determined by the government, and consumer purchase and consume these according to the need. The consumer enjoy freedom to select necessary goods and purchase socially. The objective of economic activity, the main objective of production in the socialistic system is to earn maximum profit. In the socialistic system, all economic activities are conducted to meet the basic need. Actually, they focus or emphasis to meet the basic needs of each citizen and to attain highest welfare of the people. It is their main objective. There is no scope here for earning personal profit. Income distribution. Look, the capitalistic and entrepreneur receive the profit margin in the capitalistic system, but the owner of earned profit is state or government in socialistic system. Similarly, the revenue of land, interest of capital is deposited in the government treasury. Because the government is the owner of land and capital, the state plays ways. You see this system follow the socialistic or apply the socialistic countries like Canada, European countries. This type of countries follow this economic system. The state pays wage to the laborer and incurs others' expense of production. As a result, there remains no scope to deprive the laborers by the capitalistic like the system. Here you look, there is no deprivation of laborers and distribution of wealth. The policy of paying wage to the laborer is that everyone will get. This line is very important. Everyone will get work according to his qualification and remuneration according to work. There will have no unemployment in this system because the state arranges works for all as per his ability and qualification. The income of all is not same, but none is deprived from his due income in production and according to his contribution. For all such characteristics in socialistic system, the equal distribution of asset is attained and income equality is less compared to the capitalistic economic system. Production, distribution, consumption activities are accomplished in the socialistic economy according to the need of people. All economic activities conducted by the state under a central planning. No private ownership is accepted. It is very important for a CTU. When you see this type of line, no private ownership is accepted in the socialistic economic system, and the ownership belong to the state. This type of line, if this type of line in the stem, you understand it is socialistic economic system. The stem referred the socialistic economic system. On the other hand, the individual has no freedom to take initiative in production and consumption. As a result, in case of production and investment, the individual initiative and eagerness may be reduced. The characteristics of mixed economic system. The characteristics of mixed economic system. Another economic system is existent along with the capitalist and socialistic economic system in the present world. It is mixed economic system. Mixed economic system, it is the system based in the combination of some characteristics of the capitalist and socialist economy. In this system, the private ownership is recognized in production, investment and consumption. At the same time, there is the arrangement for production and investment by the government initiative. We see two type of system, two type of thinking, two type of process in the mixed economy system. Coexistence of government and private ownership, private sector. Actually, we see coexistence of government and non-government organization. The government ownership initiative and either full or partial control remains effective in some sector in the mixed economy along the private ownership and private initiative. The supply of essential goods, service for the people such as communication system, treatment, arrangement for education are run mainly under government control. In such cases, the production and supply of partial, personal or private initiative are seen. Moreover, basic and large industry, publicly important organization, big bank, and basic and large industry like army industry, steel industry, shipping industry, financial organization being import and export goods, life-saving drugs. Bangladesh has only one life-saving drugs factory or organization of government. The name of the organization is Essential Drug. Child food and usually remain under government control. Again, the essential commodities such as agricultural goods, clothes, garments, processed food, personal vehicle, restaurant are produced, established, and supplied mainly on private initiative. Competition, the individual or private sectors remain predominant in mixed economy. So there is competition for production and fixing up price of goods, spontaneous activities and counter activities of supply and demand. The choice of buyers and investment of the entrepreneur is fixed depending upon the price and ability. Actually, it means purchasing ability. Earning profit, the personal ownership in property, individual freedom in decision making, and predominance of private sector remain in the mixed economy system. So, main objective. Note down this line. Main objectives of all economic activities of the producer are to earn maximum profit. Even the state-owned sectors are also influenced with the motive of earning profit. There is no aim of earning profit from public welfare activities, especially in service-oriented activities such as health, education-related activities. Agreement is also made to control profit in some social welfare sectors such as telecommunication, transport, etc. The freedom of entrepreneur and consumer. The individual can initiative to produce any commodity at any amount in capitalist economy. Even he can do monopoly in business as the sole producer. Monopoly, actually one company exploit the market. Sole producer of any commodity in the mixed economy, the restriction is imposed on monopoly business of essential goods used by the people. As a result, more than one producer sell the goods in the market in competitive price. In this economic system, the consumer can sell, purchase, and consume common goods freely. Also, if production hamper at special time and disaster period, then government may impose control indirectly on the sale purchase of any goods. Distribution of income. The distribution is also affected by these characteristics of the mixed economy. A big part of the economic activities, such as the big and heavy industries, the production and marketing of essential goods and import-export is controlled by the government along with the private ownership. The part of private ownership of the economy is run fully by the individual for the purpose of earning profit. In most of the cases, due wage of the laborer is given less like the capitalist economy system, and the surplus wage is included with the profit. As a result, a balanced distribution of assets is not produced. The disparity appears in the income of various factors of production. So the overall overall welfare of the people of society is not ensured. Actually, this type of system we followed by the third world countries government, third world country. We seen it. It appears that the part in the mixed economy and controlled by the government is not for making profit but for the social welfare to the utmost. The laborers engaged in the production get the right wage, so a balanced distribution has been possible. In this way, in this way, it is seen that a balanced distribution of asset and waste is ensured in the mixed economy through sometimes it is noticed that the laborers are exploited and deprived and income disparity is observed. Actually, we observed more exploited, labor exploited more and deprivation. The Islamic economic system, there is the instruction of sometimes it will come to the board exam, but not always. Islamic economic system, there is the instruction of each activity of human being in Islam. This religion is a code of the life. Actually, Islam is a code of life. So the policies, rules, legal structure, guidance required to perform the political, social, economic, and religious activities are included in Islam. All such rules and regulation are inscribed in the Holy Quran and Hadith. The foundation of Islamic economic system is also Holy Quran and Hadith, Holy Quran and Hadith. To understand the issue of distribution asset under Islamic economic system, we have to understand first the main characteristics of Islamic economic system. Ownership of asset, the personal um, so we already discussed the main things of this chapter. So if you have any query or problem, please contact with me and send me message in my personal ID. Thank you so much.